Shalom, shalom, Israel. Shalom to the 12 tribes of Yasha, giving the course, all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahweh. All right, that's all praises to the Most High Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh. Shalom, shalom to all the Akim wa Akwathium, brothers and sisters that may be watching this video. That's enduring, you know what I'm saying? That's in this truth, keeping the commandments, and that's doing everything that they can to get the salvation and get out of here, right? Via the chariots. But you know, I just want to touch on Jeremiah 39th chapter, Jeremiah 39, and basically when you read the accounts, especially of Jeremiah, Isaiah, all these other of our forefathers, you know what I'm saying, Daniel, Jeremiah, Isaiah, so many other of our forefathers, Lot, Abraham, right, Jacob. You read about all our forefathers and foremothers, how the Lord delivered them out of their distresses, how the Lord delivered David, right? How the Lord delivered them out of their distress and out of their anguish and out of their captivities. Hey, that should build up your faith, right? That should build up your faith. Did not the apostles ask Yahawah to increase our faith, right? And they were walking with Yahawah. They saw the miracles, yet they still said to increase our faith. So how much more us? We haven't seen Yahawah, right? Let's go to Hebrews 11. We haven't seen Yahawah, yet we still believe in Him. Let's go to Hebrews 11 and 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So faith is the substance of things hoped for. We hope to get out of here. We hope that Yahawah is willing and long-suffering to us, word, that He will save us despite all our sins that we committed. You know what I'm saying? We're Slakia. We hope for salvation. We hope for the kingdom. You know? We hope for the deliverance, you know, of our brethren and our sisters. Right? That's faith. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Because we haven't literally seen a chariot come down and destroy America and deliver us out of all the four corners of heaven. We haven't seen Yahawah come with the multitude of heaven, like it says in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, and Matthew chapter 24. We haven't seen all that. We brothers and sisters might have walked with Yahawah back during the time of the when He came 2,000 years ago through the regeneration, right? But we don't remember. We don't see Yahawah right now. Yet we still believe in Him, all right? And Yahawah prophesied, or basically spoke of that, you know? Let me just get this real quick. He spoke of that, all right? Did not say, hey, before I go to that, let's go to John chapter 2, right? Yahawah, He knows all men, all right? John chapter 2 and verse 24. But Yahawah did not commit Himself unto them, because He knew all men, and needed not that any should testify of man, for He knew what was in man. So Yahawah, He knows all men. Why? Because He created you. Right? He created you. He knows you. He knows your spirit. So Yahawah, He knew that you watching this video, He already knew that. All right? He already knew that. He already knew that you were a spirit subject or created to be in this truth. All right? He already knew that, because He knows all men. He made you, right? Read about that in Colossians, the 1st chapter. All right? But let me go to this in John. Again, John chapter 20. All right? This is kind of like a sidebar. John chapter 20 and verse 27. Then saith He to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands. Well, I'm going to start at 26. John chapter 20, verse 26. And after 8 days, again His disciples were within, and Thomas with them. Then came Yahawah, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst and said, peace be unto you. So basically, Yahawah, He said shalom. You know, we also say shalom, which means peace, or peace be unto you, right? Verse 27. Then saith He to the Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it in my side, and be not faithless, but believing. Why? Because when Yahawah was raised up on the third day, right? Was raised up upon the third day. And basically, all the disciples and followers of Yahawashi, they were mourning, they were mourning for his death, because he had just died via being hung on the cross, and then he gave up the ghost, right? So now, Mary can't find her, right? We read that, I believe this is Mary Magdalene, she can't find her. But Yahawashi was in his glorified body, all right? Yahawashi came back in his glorified body. And so Thomas, he was still, skeptical about Yahawashi being, that about him being Yahawashi. He was kind of skeptical about that. So Yahawashi said, thrust in thy finger into my side and put it in my, and behold my hands. Like, look at my hands, right? Because remember, they pierced his hands and his feet, and they also pierced his side. When you read that account, when the Romans stabbed him in his side, and water and blood came out, and the Romans testified of that. All right. Verse 28, and Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my God. Verse 29, Yahawashi saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. So you watching this video, and you're in the truth, you being an Israelite, and you believe in Yahawashi, hey, you are blessed, because you believe and yet you have not seen, right? It said, blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. So yeah, in one context, he's talking about the apostles after Yahawashi that didn't walk with Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? Like Luke, for example, he didn't walk with Yahawashi. But he's also on another fold talking about us. See that? But the point was that, reading should build up your faith. Reading about the acts of your forefathers and foremothers and how the Lord delivered them, that should build up your faith and be wanting to serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But let me go to this account. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 39 and verse 11. So the context is Jeremiah, the 39th chapter. I'm going to give you the context. All right? I'm going to just start at 1. Jeremiah 39 and 1. In the 9th year of Zedekiah, king of Judah, in the 10th month came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and all his and all his army against Jerusalem, and they besieged it. So Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, besieged Jerusalem. All right? This is, I believe, around 595 BC, right? I may be wrong on that, but around that time. All right? You can fact check this yourself. You can go into this more yourself. All right? So there was multiple besieges of Jerusalem, right? There was multiple of them. But one of them, we're reading about it right here, all right? And the precept for this is 2 Kings 25th chapter, all right? So Nebuchadnezzar came and besieged Babylon, right? I believe this might be the second besiege, right? So he besieged Babylon, right? Now let's jump down to verse 11. Now Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, gave, or I'm going to start at verse 7. I'm going to start at verse 6, right? And we'll read on from there. Jeremiah chapter 39, verse 6. Then the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah and Riblah before his eyes. Also the king of Babylon slew all the nobles of Judah. So the king of Babylon was slaying a lot of us, all right? Taking us captive, killing the women, killing the, killing the men especially, taking our children captive and all that. Hey, war was happening, all right? But Jeremiah and the other prophets warned the people of Jerusalem about that, but they didn't hearken. And it said, in Riblah before his eyes, also the king of Babylon slew all the nobles of Judah. Verse 7, moreover, he put on Zedekiah's eyes. He put out Zedekiah's eyes and put him and bound him with chains to carry him to Babylon. So they carried Zedekiah to Babylon and plucked out his eyes. All right. I'm going to start at I'm going to jump down to verse 11. Now Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, gave charge concerning Jeremiah to Nebuchadnezzar, the captain of the guard, saying, take him and look well to him and do him no harm, but do unto him even as he shall say unto thee. So Jeremiah, he said, look, take Jeremiah, the king Nebuchadnezzar, he said, take Jeremiah and look well to him, right? And treat him well and do him no harm, right? But do unto him even as he shall say unto thee. So if Jeremiah, if he wanted water, he had to give him water. If Jeremiah said that he doesn't want to be put in chains, then he would be like, let loose of those chains. So the king Nebuchadnezzar, why would the king Nebuchadnezzar just say, right? Slakia. Why would the king Nebuchadnezzar, who was a heathen, he would say, hey, this particular person, whatever he says, do it, right? And then treat him well. Why would a king Nebuchadnezzar just say that out of nowhere? When Nebuchadnezzar is just slaying the women, the children, everybody, right? Taking them captive, burning down the houses. But with this particular person, Jeremiah, he said, and treat him well. Why would he say that, right? Let's go to Jeremiah, previous chapters. Let's go to Jeremiah, the 15th chapter, and verse, I'm going to start at 10. It says, woe is me, my brother, woe is me, my mother, that thou hast borne me a man of strife, and a man of contention to the whole earth. I have neither lent on usury, nor men have lent to me on usury, yet every one of them doth curse me. Right? Verse 11. The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. See that? So the Most High already told Jeremiah, hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the thing. He said, verily, surely it shall be well with thy remnant. Thy remnant. You know what I'm saying? And thy remnant is also going into what? Those of us that's in the truth. The elect. Right? Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well. Right? Just like how Nebuchadnezzar said. Right? Entreat thee well in the time of evil. Because during the besieges of Jerusalem, that was the time of evil. Alright? And in the time of affliction. See that? So the Most High said that he's going to make that happen. Alright? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 55. If he said that he's going to make that happen. Alright? Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So the Lord said that the word that I pronounce, I'm going to perform it. All right, roughly paraphrasing. So what does that mean? If the Most High said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant, and I'll cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil, then he will do that. All right. So we already know. Let's go to Ecclesiastes real quick. If this happened to Jeremiah, it very much will happen to the servants of the Most High, to the servants of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, to the servants of YAHAWASHI, to the friends of YAHAWASHI, to the elect, right? So let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and God requireth that which is past. So the Most High requires that which is past. So if that happened to Jeremiah, when the king of Nebuchadnezzar straight up told his generals, right, hey, this man, and treat him well, right, do him no harm. So that might very well happen to you. You know, you watching this video, Lord willing, right? You being an Israelite. All right. So, you know, and I encourage brothers and sisters to read Jeremiah the 39th chapter, to read these various chapters. And Jeremiah, hey, read this book. Read this whole book, right? Read this whole book. And that should build up your faith. All right. So with that, you know, I didn't want to make this too long. Giving the course all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI. Lord willing, you're enduring. All right. Keep praying unto the Most High for everything. All right. Keep praying unto the Most High for everything. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Shalom.